Songea karibu mpenzi, nieleze kinaga ubaga, jinsi unavyonienzi nami sija kamna ubaya. We really dig your style, make a original by your smile. No drawn an extra mile for your love, baby. For your love, go and hit up on. Songea karibu mpenzi, nieleze kinaga ubaga, jinsi unavyonienzi nami sija kamna ubaya. We really dig your style, make original by your smile. No drawn an extra mile for your love, baby. For your love, go and hit up all night if you want it. My love, I can play your wife and pay you your children. My love, we getting married on Tuesday. So any picky, when I look into your eyes, I'm addicted. I've been losing myself for a decade. How do I to see me? Early in the morning. You burn me bright, it burn me bright with desire. It burn me bright, it burn me bright with desire. Give me your love all day, I will reciprocate all night. Make you want to relocate. Script you an original, I won't beg you. Busy come to hit the road and the highway, give it all up for you. For your love, go and hit up all night if you want it. My love, I can play your wife and pay you your children. My love, we getting married on Tuesday. So any picky, it burn me bright, it burn me bright with desire. It burn me bright, it burn me bright with desire. Go down, down, go down. Go down, down, go down,
Love, respect, and justice for all.
Yeah, good afternoon, family. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. 34 minutes past the top of the hour. And karibuni sana to another episode of the Pan-African Bliss. My name is Joby. To those who are with us for the first time on BitChute, on YouTube, the returning listeners on the radio station, Spreaker, Spotify, all our streaming platform. Karibuni sana. Hope you're looking forward to having an easy day. And wishing you an amazing one. As we focus on today's conversation, we have a bunch of conversations. We're going to be looking at how Kenya or Nairobi is actually becoming a Chinatown, literally where we now, putting all these themes looking like, we're making it look like it's Asia in here. So we're going to be talking about that. We have the Gates Foundation dismissing social media claims of alleging that actually they have been releasing a lab mosquito in Kenya, and this is not even actually allegations. This is something that is happening, if not in Kenya, in many African countries. I remember back in 2023, I shared a whole documentary. It was, I think, in Sierra Leone or one of the African countries, where there was a full lab and funded by the Gates Foundation, and they say they have been genetically modifying mosquitoes, and it's a program or a project that has been going on even in Burkina Faso. We're going to be looking at that, which Ibrahim Traore actually also confronted the situation. We're going to be looking at also Kenya's looking for to spend 1.7 billion. Head toward Texas 42 North. So far as we talk, we have many billions that actually have disappeared in many organizations, including even our social health care, and where these funds cannot be, audited, and no one can tell us where the money is. So people are actually very mad. Remember, I told you yesterday, Kenyans are back with the hashtag Ruto must go, and the people actually questioning. They're saying, don't think
Texas 42 North. Then you'll turn right onto the I-20 East ramp to Longview.
we're gonna switch to that AI lady of yours for a minute. But anyway, yeah, people have been saying, don't think we've forgotten, especially the parents and some of the Gen Zs. They're saying we've not forgotten that you killed hundreds of people who are actually saying you should reduce taxes. And the same thing, actually, you are passed with the same MPs who are the MPs. We call them the pigs, literally. You passed the same bills, literally, despite many Kenyans losing their lives. And now you acting like you care because it's actually few months, just a year and a few months. It's not that far towards election, and you're trying to change people's mentality, and we're not going to accept that. And as we talk about that, we're going to looking at actually how Kenya is struggling with corruption. And I love the way they quote it, struggling with corruption, just take a loan. And Ruto is one among the people who does that a lot of times, but also heavy on praising about how our country is benefiting itself through the resources, and how we've grown, our GDP has changed and all that, but we don't see it. Much more coming from South Africa, launching first human trials of locally developed HIV and AIDS. We're going to be discussing on that, when it comes to the VCCINEs, what it's about. And Nigerians literally eating the dogs. This is actually a thing in Nigeria. We're gonna be talking about that. Nigeria has been ranked, I think, the seventh. I'm gonna be confirming that just in a few, where they actually consume dog meat, and there's a market for dog meat. So actually, which we're gonna talk about the exposure to
That's
poverty.
because of that's because of poverty.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy that it's gotten to this particular point for Africans. But anyway, Karibu sana Keith, how are you doing today?
Dr. Sana Joby, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. You disappeared yesterday when I was telling my
Oh
story.
yeah, I tried to come back. He was already gone. Quick, my phone went off. Of course, my phone died. I was like, "Well, I'm talking what the hell happened?" My phone died. Then I came back. Joby was already gone. I said, "Ah, shit, man."
I noticed because I texted you before I left, tried to call you. I think your phone was off, so I said,
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, it was. It was. Both, both my phones had died. I'm like, God damn. 'Cause
yeah,
I didn't charge them. I know. And when you use this app on your phone's
hmm
not charged and stuff. It sucks up so much energy. It
yeah,
overheats your phone and sucks up so much energy.
yeah. Stringer does that. I know that for sure. But anyway, before we get started, family, shout out to everyone once again who's just tuning in. Remember to get yourself the organic supplements we have on our BHFN sports page. And the only way you can get that is by ensuring you have our application. For most of you who maybe miss us on YouTube, you can listen to us via the radio station. So long as you are connected to the internet, just put your earpods on or your earphones on, whatever you're using, and you'll be able to listen to all the conversations. You don't need to participate, but you can listen. That actually increases our viewership as well on the segment. But your health is your wealth. We have amazing supplements on the like of multivitamin, hash, we have CMOS, we have brain and focus, we have beetroot, so much literally for you under the have an apparel store. You can get your t-shirt, your hoodie, anything you prefer of your choice. But for now, brain and focus formula, because we say critical thinking has been lost amongst our society. This is not even anything to do with Africans. Critical thinking globally is it's majority or a percentage of people can critically think. But in case you want to boost your mentality and thinking, get yourself some brain and
Unlock your
focus
full
formula.
potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the sports and nutrition store.
And get some critical thinking after you get that. You can put it maybe in your tea, your porridge, literally, however you choose to drink it, warm water, however you choose to brain and focus yourself. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. We're going to start with this conversation right here of what is happening in Kenya. I think I mentioned yesterday that I spotted so many China squares, China shops literally on Saturday when I was just minding my business. And that was like, I was for a minute actually, I thought I was lost because the last time I was in Karen, I didn't leave it that way. So I was like, wait a minute, are you taking me the right direction, or am I in Karen? Like, yeah. Looking around, I'm seeing so many China squares, like China shops. I'm like, God damn, it's a lot of change here. Like, I've literally been lost, because it took me a minute even to just like figure
And
out
that's
where
all.
I can
That's all.
I'm
That's all
directing.
over Africa. These Chinese areas, because you know Africans are weak and you guys are tribal. So you guys
Mm-hmm.
don't. You guys don't practice solidarity. So everybody knows can come in and make money off you guys. You guys hate other black people, but you love everybody else. That's why. Because it's not just Kenya. Chinese are invading Africa. This is an invasion, and they know it. They've already been
Mm-hmm.
told you guys hate each other. They know you guys are tribal. You guys are goofy with that tribal shit. Yeah, you got the Chinese guy told the Congolese guy, say, hey, you Africans are the dumbest MFers on the planet. You'll come and uh, patronize a Chinese store while you guys won't even go to your own African people store because you're different tribes. That's why you're on the bottom. That's why you're going to stay there. That's a Chinese
Mm-hmm.
guy. Told the Congolese guy that.
Well, mm-hmm. I'll agree with that because that is part of the conversation which we're having yesterday. Looking at one of the reasons that Africans have not been able to tackle these problems is because of the division of, thinking with different people. But at the same time, if you remember when we had the first China Square actually, which was built behind majority of the Kenyans back, because remember, after following up the whole situation, we found out that the Chinese confirmed that the government gave them the documents, they gave them
Of
all the
course, the government did it, but the government can't make you go buy from it. If you had
they have.
solidarity, you say okay, it's there. Don't go spend nothing in it. Then they would have went out of business. But you don't. Like I said, Africans don't practice on code behavior. You
Mhm.
guys are cutthroat to each other. That's called being on code. Because you can't go build a African store in China. See if anybody goes to it. No matter how good your deals, your bargains are, they ain't gonna go to your store, and you'll go out of business.
True. I agree. But we also had some demonstrations after that. Some people, because I feel like, which I agree, that tribalism, but also if people could again critically think, this is not about you being a Kikuyu or a Luo. If you're in the same market and there's someone who's coming with, something that is going to actually make our market, us lose the business, people preferring
Yeah,
them and
it's
actually
like,
what people are
it's
going
like
for.
have you seen yourself as Kenyans? You say, okay, this is a threat to us as Kenyans.
Mm,
So as Kenyans, let's not patronize this store. Let's not give it any business. Let's choke it. And if it doesn't do business, it means it goes out of business. So you have to do a protesting. Protesting for suckers. You don't need to do any protesting. Just
mhm.
don't go to it. Say, hey, as Kenyans, this is a threat to us as a people. We shouldn't be giving our money to the foreigners who don't like us to begin with. And I say, okay, yeah, as Kenyans, we're not going to do it. And in 6 months, it would have went out of business.
I
That's it.
agree. That was in 2023. I'm going to share a couple of those videos for us to just refer back. But for now, I love the fact that this guy even captioned the whole situation. He said you'd be forgiven actually for thinking this is China. Because what the hell? Like the whole decoration. We think this is looking like some Asia thing. We've not seen, exactly, go to China. Let's see if we have some Kenyan themes or culture anywhere, put anywhere.
No,
Literally. Nowhere. India, the
no,
same. The same thing
no,
we had the journalist in the Indian journalist, being questioned. Can I go be a journalist in India? I bet that's going to become a very big problem for me. I can't even go claim being an Indian in India, but you guys want to
no.
claim being Kenyan. But this is the situation. It's really full of China. These are Chinese people only. Yeah, that is
Sad, sadly, Joby can pull this up and Joby can find this same video in Ghana. Nigeria, but Joey had the thing in Nigeria where they made a Chinese market and said no Africans can even go. Said the Nigerians
couldn't go in their market inside their country. That should have been burned down to the ground. Then
Mm,
you find Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, where you go in Africa, they know you are a weak people. So weak people get preyed upon, Joe. Sorry to
mm,
tell you that. When you're weak, you got Chinese, the Chinese markets. Yeah, because they know you hate each other and you'll go practice with them. They
that,
beat you, kick you in the head, hit you, and
that,
there you go.
yeah, we should have stood up with the solidarity and, said no to this once and for all. The moment we saw the first one being built and the fact that it was actually done behind our backs, we should have actually played
Hey,
very big roles on ensuring they
because
are out. Same thing we've seen
because
in some countries. You can't just build up a shop and say no, no, no Africans are allowed here. That should be literally burnt down. You are in my country. I don't care.
yeah,
You are in my country. I don't care how much you've invested, how much you paid the government. You should respect the people of the country.
they
That is
don't
what.
respect they don't respect you.
Why did you come set up a business here if you don't want people to come
I'm
into
not
your?
I'm not coming to set the business. I'm coming to dominate you. I'm told that African people are stupid. That's what I'm raised as. That's what the Chinese have taught me growing up. That you're dumb, you're backward, you're easy to conquer, and I shouldn't respect you. And that's why I move in that manner. But I don't give you any respect. Because that's what I've been taught as a child. That Africans are stupid and goofy. And that's what why you see him move that way. Why you see him you had to you showed Zimbabwe when the Chinese man was beating up on the Africans in Zimbabwe. So
It's
these
crazy.
happen. This over and over again. They didn't say, "Oh, it was Zimbabwe Africans." They said Africans. You'll
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, the Zimbabweans, oh, the Kenyans." No, Chinese see you as one big black nigga. They don't say you. They damn sure don't see your tribe, and they damn don't see your country. They see you as Africans. So you get treated the same whether you're Congo, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, no matter where you're at, they treat you the same.
Mm-hmm. So these are a bunch of videos, a mixture of 2025 reaction, 2023 of people complaining about China Square in Kenya. And of course, like you said, this is not just a Kenya problem, it's
So
Africa. Find the same thing in Nigeria, the same thing
remember,
in
remember,
Uganda.
it's even worse in Zambia. Remember, Zambia was telling them they couldn't come. Zambia didn't do nothing about it. Zambia had them setting up shop in Zambia, said Africans couldn't come in. Remember, the Zambian roads were written, and you showed that like 3 years ago. The Zambian highways were written in Chinese, Joby.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't build these goofy, fucked up highways. You guys know Chinese built raggedy shit.
I,
You overcharge for raggedy shit,
and
and it's got Chinese names on it.
yeah, I remember they were even releasing magazine with now Chinese language, and people were like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
They complained they didn't change. I don't know a lot, as much as maybe they might have reduced their debt. I don't think it has changed because it's the
No,
same pattern.
they don't reduce their debt.
It's the same pattern in majority of the African countries. I remember when Katie was reporting about the NYS, that is the National Youth Services, being about to be introduced Mandarin because of now
Mandarin. Yeah, because
oh,
that's all over. Because that's how you force somebody to take your language. That's why you speak English. I speak it. It's called domination. They're not learning Swahili. They're not learning your tribal language. They don't want to learn that shit for what?
crazy. But look at this.
It's a people's government. It's a government that respects the people. It's a government that listens to its people. It's a government that is willing to dialogue and engage with the
That kills his
citizens.
people.
He's a liar because he's one of when this was happening. Actually, he was still a deputy president. So even right now, the people actually falling for this man's word right now. I don't think they've learned anything. And then
Well,
again,
that's the
they've not
ignorance again.
back to the patterns of history of understanding where this man comes from, even in politics, because nobody questions that. Where did this guy come from? As much as we have
Yeah.
some people who question, it's a few, and it's a
Good
few
question.
people.
That's a very very great question. You should dig exactly where do these leaders where did these African leaders even come from? And you'll find it's always from the white man. Here's what you'll find out. Okay? I don't care if you're Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, you always find it's from the white man. See where they came from. That's who put them in power. That's who keeps them there. Okay? Where Museveni come from? the white man and the Kenyan. Where Kagame came from? The white man and Museveni. The white man. That's where it came from.
Exactly.
I was so offended when I went to China Square near Kenyatta University. They searched me as I was going in, which is totally okay, security, perfect. But as I was getting out of China Square, they also searched my bag.
They do that, which one day I questioned, and one of the guards almost got mad at me. I'm like, man, bitch, don't give me a behavior, and pardon my language, but that's what I told her. I'm like, please don't give me that behavior. I have the right to question you. Why are you searching my bag? Yet, actually, I've paid everything. All you have to see and check is the receipt. Why are you checking my bag?
It's because they allowed you. This is called mind control. They're grooming you guys for disrespect. And you guys are the Chinese. The Africans not being told that. The Africans have been told to do that by the Chinese bosses. They've been groomed for disrespect. And since Africans don't have any dignity, you guys don't believe in dignity. So you guys believe in anybody talking to you crazy, treating you crazy. And so the Chinese are implementing a form of disrespect to make to say you guys are on the bottom. You're supposed to be disrespected. That's what it's going to be. That's what's going on, Joby. This is training. This is grooming you for disrespect.
This is crazy. That shit's really it really offends me, and they do it.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to. All you gotta do, all you gotta do is stop it. Don't go to the place. Don't patronize it. But you say, I got China Square is 12 cents cheaper, so your dignity is worth 12 cents. How much is your dignity worth? See, you as an African, you don't have any value in dignity. That's why nobody told you. When the UN walks off, when you do your goofy speeches, everybody disrespect. Africans don't value, it's out the even terrain. You don't value dignity. Your dignity's got to come first. Your respect as a human being. But Africans don't value none of that. And that's why you get disrespected. And no one gives a fuck about your dignity. Like even Tori said, our dignity is not for sale. You better learn that.
Crazy. Let me continue.
Thomas wenu niwezi. And then she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, yule mwenye amekaa pale. Now a Chinese boss. She's seated there or I can't remember.
That's right. The Chinese boss. Of course, the Chinese boss. Like I said, I knew the Chinese man, exactly, the boss. So that's what you better do with all of these niggas. Exactly. The Chinese man is implementing his power over you, Kenya, over black people. Because it's every country. And you haven't said your dignity is worth more than buying some cheap shit from China. Because it's cheaper, but your dignity can be bought. You don't believe in dignity. That's why you get disrespected everywhere you go as an African.
To see whether these ladies wenye wamewekwa hapo and gentlemen wanaangalia bags za watu wenye wanatoka kwa hiyo shop. Like, what is that? Are your customers thieves? Like, I understand the need for security as we are going in, but as we are coming out, why don't you place those to staff in your products so
They're not gonna do it, lady. You find the same, lady. You gonna find the same behavior in Jamaica. Everyone Chinese up towards black, you're gonna find the same. And black people, since you're goofy everywhere, that's why I tell you, you're the same people everywhere. You're hearing the same shit from Jamaica that she said, but you refuse not to go to the stores. You refuse not to give them money. I can treat you bad and you still give me your money? What is wrong with you? I'm not giving you shit.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Instead of making people go through that, I was so offended. Have you gone through this? I was so offended by the Chinese.
I have, lady. I have, and I was offended. People thought I was crazy.
You're supposed to be offended.
For me, it's from 0 to 100 very quick. Like, why the hell are you checking why are you checking my bag? Oh, I'm sorry. This is what? All you have to do is check.
They are sorry. The Chinese boss said that's your job. You're doing it. You're fired.
That shit is really offensive. But this was
It is.
When we had now the Nairobi traders who actually stormed the streets to protest, demanding to address the cabinet secretary by that time, that is Korea, to.
You guys can do all that. Remember, your countries are corrupt. All people gotta do is give them money, a bribe. So You go and do that protest and don't work because your country's all over Africa set up with bribery. The Chinese people got to just give some goopy niggas some money. He don't give a fuck about you. So all you had to do is okay. I know our system is based on bribery. We get it. All you gotta do is say, hey, have some solidarity as Kenyans and don't patronize it. And like I said, they've been out of business. They can't stay in business if you guys don't go give them none of your money. That's it. But I told you, African society, you guys are dirt bags. You guys are dirt bags. Your culture's a dirt bag. You have no solidarity with one another. And that's been your problem. The tribalism hurts you every time. Your dirt bag that you praise, your culture's dirt bag. Everybody knows it. That's why they can come in and know, okay, if this tribe decides not to spend, I'll get the other 30 tribes to spend with me. You don't have any solidarity as an African person. That's what you should have been learned. And say, hey, as Kenyans, not as Kikuyas, not as Lua, not as Kamba, not as none of your goopy, weak-ass tribes, but as a strong Kenyan, if you unite as Kenyans, that's your strength. Then you can say, okay, as Kenyans, no one goes to these damn stores at all. That's how we shut them down. We give them no business. We suffocate them. We suffocate them. And that's it. 6 months, they're gone. Chinese say, man, they're not going to do any business. It don't make no sense to invest in them. That's what the government does. Ain't nobody going to come and buy. There's not enough people in the government to keep us going, to come buy from us. Exactly. So now they're out of business. That's all you got to do. Protest the street, that's for suckers. Don't work. Because your country's already corrupt from top to bottom. They don't give a fuck about no African people because they're created by white people. They don't care about you. So you always should know that. Critical thinking in Ghana, Nigeria, they don't give a fuck about you. Okay? So that as a Kenyan, you said as a Kenyan, this is a threat to us as Kenyan people and what we sell and selling back and forth with us. So we're going to show the Chinese they can't come into Kenya, not Kikuyu land, not Kamba land, Lua land, but Kenya land. Can't come into Kenyan sell because no Kenyan is going to cut their own throat and buy from them. See, this what happens when Africans, your goopy tribes, you don't understand. Your goopy tribes have destroyed you. They've destroyed, and you're too stupid. Your goopy tribes have destroyed you as a people. In fact, they don't work. They destroyed you as African people. Go ahead, Joe.
It's that literally lack of education, because if people understood the economy better on that aspect, that's how we would have easily literally cracked that,
Of course.
that puzzle very easy.
You guys
money.
You guys want to stop that in the first 6 months. Don't give them the money, they go on our business. That's it.
It's crazy. But literally, I hope people wake up more enough. But I feel like it's too late for people to even put in any action. We're talking about China being.
It's not too late. All you gotta do is say, it's not too late. It's not too late. You get with the youth. You tell the youth, let's travel and say, this is the situation. Organize. It's never too late to get your power back, Joby. You got, if you organize and say, listen here, these people are disrespectful to us. They treat us crazy, and this is our country. They're not being disrespectful to Kikuyas or Luas or Kambas. They're being disrespectful to us as African people, as Kenyans. So we don't need to. Go ahead.
It's not gonna work, because I've seen people, literally, there are people who are defensive of China Square and how cheap it is and why it should maintain and stay in Kenya or majority of the African countries.
But there you go. Then, like I said, you're weak. You're saying you're weak people and you're worth to be conquered. Then to conquer you. There you go.
It would be so hard. It would be so hard. You'd have, yes, a percentage, especially for those who are, feeling the pain of them or their markets literally dying and not having that support from their people, literally having, to go maybe extra mile to meet their end or their income literally at the end of the day. But there are people who are like, nah, China Square is actually cheaper, so why should I go
There
to
you
that
go.
store outside
There you
India?
go. No one allows no one allows them to come in. There's laws set up, Joby, around the world. They won't let you come in their market and undermine their people, Joby. But only African does it because you're weak. They don't do it to weak people, Joby. You can't go into China and undermine their markets. It's against the law. They're not allowing you to go and send those shit cheaper than the Chinese and put their own people out of work and out of business. But they know the African is corrupt and fucked up, and that's why it's all in Africa. That's why, like I said, this is not a Kenyan problem. It's an African problem because it's not just in Kenya. You'll find the same shit in Uganda, same shit across the border in Tanzania, across the other border in Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Angola. Trying to say, almost now, dude, Angola was getting treated so bad that Angolans are finally saying, we want all Chinese out because they came the same way. They didn't say, oh, these are Angolans. No, they said these are Africans. And you're going to get treated the same way. And so with all the disrespect, finally, Angolans said, no more Chinese businesses. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Because the disrespect has become too much on their dignity. What is your dignity worth? My dignity worth? Your dignity shouldn't be bought, Joby.
It has to start from the top leaders, but sadly, those are the same sellouts. It has to start from the top leaders because those are the same, but those are the same sellouts. So it's
exactly. That's what's at the top. And all you gotta do is the culture's bribery culture, Joby, because you've been living hand to mouth. So you got the morons who ain't never built nothing. Right? Oh, money. That's why you think that's why. Every time you report something, Joe, every African country, what's the problem? Corruption, bribery. It's every African country, except for now the Sahel, who's now locking people up and giving you sentences. It's every African country. So they let you know this system is not unnormal. That's the way it was set up and designed by the European. Because the African didn't have no corruption. That's why I said African history so much. African have no corruption. You don't come from corrupt people. That means your politics has now been deranged by white people. All your systems, since everybody's been living in poverty under white people, hand to mouth. The puppets that they put in, they got the same fucked up mentality, hand to mouth. So they're stealing everything that's not folded down to the ground. That's why in Zambia, stealing. Zimbabwe, stealing. South Africa, stealing. Namibia, stealing. Botswana, stealing. Angola, stealing. South Central African Republic, stealing. Goddamn, Tanzania, stealing. Uganda, stealing. Ethiopia, stealing. Ghana, stealing. Nigeria, stealing. No, you're like, well, goddamn. And then you say, well, that's the richest continent on the planet. Why the fuck is it not developed? This doesn't make any sense. How can the richest continent on the planet be this far behind the rest of the world? Like I was laughing, just as an anecdote. All the shit that comes to make a TV is from Africa. But Joby was looking at black and white TV when she was still a teenager. I ain't seen a black and white TV since I was like 2 years old. Why is that? Because all the shit is taken out of Africa and built everywhere else. That's why.
Let me share this video to relate with what you're saying just right now very quickly, and then we talk about Bill Gates and the allegations against him. This video talking about the same thing. People claiming how Africa is so poor, yet the fake money system literally steals everything from Africa, which already exists. If I got it correctly, let me share this.
Why don't we just give them more?
We did. Over $1 trillion. And somehow, poverty grew.
That doesn't make sense. Money fixes problems.
Only if the system works. Money doesn't build foundations. It just flows through. There.
But aid rebuilt Europe after the war.
Europe already had courts, laws, tax systems. Aid didn't create order. It accelerated order that already existed.
So Africa just needed more time.
It needed institutions.
He said institutions. I've been saying that. So Africa doesn't have real institutions. To build a civilization, you must have strong institutions. Africa doesn't have institutions because everything's built on bribery. They don't have real institutions. Everybody took Joe them a year to get a damn passport. The institutions don't work in Africa because of the bribery and the corruption. To build a civilization, you must have strong institutions that work. They don't work in Africa. Institutions don't exist because they don't work. You can say it's an institution, but does it work? No, it doesn't. Because I'm not gonna I gotta get bribed to do my job, and then it's not an institution. Everybody, the more so fucked up and said, Keith, do you get bribed to do bribes in America? Hell no. They'll go to prison. Can't bribe no cop. Ain't nobody bribing no police in America. What? Because they what? Because they're paid well. They're paid well. Nobody's starving. There's no cop in America. They're paid well. So you're talking about all these institutions that don't work in Africa because they're not being funded properly. So you don't have no institution. And without institutions build civilization. Without institutions, you can't build Africa. It won't work. Everybody's on the take. That's what the sales states are trying to find you. Build real institutions. So it's so smart to understand. You must build real institutions that work. It can't be based on bribery or my family's just, oh, I'm a Kikuya, I'm a Lua, and all that dumb shit, all this goofy connection nonsense. Institutions don't work on who you know. Institutions don't work on your damn tribe. Institutions work because they work. Because this is the job the institution's supposed to do. It's supposed to get done in an amount of time. That's what the institution's supposed to do. Go ahead, Joby.
Yep, I agree, but not in Africa, literally.
Institutions.
I know.
Instead, we sent cash. And cash in weak systems becomes power, not
That's what
progress.
I said. Exactly. Pause. Exactly. I've been said it because Africa doesn't have any system. They're all weak systems. They don't exist. So if I'm giving money to a weak system, it becomes power in the corrupt that the white people put. Those are the puppets. They can't generate any money because they don't know how to build shit. What have these puppets created? They've created no damn institutional wealth to create any industries that create wealth for Africans. Go to another country. Go be a slave in somebody else's country and send the money back home. They built nothing because they're not supposed to build nothing. That's why just look at the African leaders when they go to these summits. You got a rogue gallery of morons. And everybody knows it. Look at him, a 70. You know he's an idiot. You look at that goofy Paul Beer, a moron. Equatorial Guinea, a moron. Motherfucking South Sudan Pistons, a moron. These are all morons. That's why the system is set. The Europeans set up a system of extraction to keep African people poor. So that remember, Europe doesn't have anything. So how's Europe rich? Europe doesn't produce shit. It has no minerals for nobody to make money from. So how the fuck is Europe more richer than Africa? Because you're parasites off of Africa. That's why. Parasitical. Europe don't make shit. Go ahead, Joby.
Actually go.
Private jets, offshore accounts, presidential
offshore
palaces, some of it never even touched the people it was meant for.
Then why didn't citizens vote those leaders out?
Because the leaders didn't depend on citizens. They depended on donors. No taxes, no accountability, no consequences.
But aid still builds schools and sends food, right?
Sometimes. But free food kills farmers. Free clothes kill factories. Charity can quietly erase local jobs.
So instead of growth, it creates dependence.
Exactly. When help never leaves, people stop building. They start waiting.
Then what actually makes a country rich?
Boring things. Property rights, rule of law, local businesses, governments afraid of their own voters, not handouts.
Exactly.
So the problem was never lack of money.
It was lack of systems. You can donate cash. You can't donate accountability. And without that, even $1 trillion disappears.
That's what Joby said about accountability. Shout out to him, You still in Bikini Faso, you either go get the death penalty, how they do in China, they China did. You get the death penalty, you're going to prison for life because that's the people's money. See, in Africa, you're not doing it. That's why they don't want to educate you Africans. Why you got school fees? But most Africans are ignorant. Joe keeps talking about this. I can't think I don't know shit. I'm living hand to mouth. Can't pay for school. I'm not trying to be critically thinking. I got to think how I get the next bowl of Dolly. Hell, you talking about some critical thinking?
I could quickly think. I don't know. Some might think being an old soul. I think that saves me. You know,
Probably so. Of
yeah,
course.
I can't afford to make silly decisions. Like my life would be, nah, I can't afford. I can't be that
Well,
that.
but we did say you. But you did make really good decisions. I will give you that. I will. And the song, which is rare, you have made really good decisions.
Yeah, but we have Gates Foundation, which was accused of alleging to release. Um, they were
Mosquitoes.
accused of actually having a lab-grown mosquito lab in Kenya, literally, and they've come out to dismiss the accusation. They're saying that the Gates Foundation has dismissed recent social media claims suggesting it has released lab-grown mosquitoes in Kenya. In a statement on February 9th, that was yesterday, the foundation says it does not release mosquitoes, operates laboratories that produce them, or conduct any vector control activities in Nairobi or elsewhere in the country. The foundation has emphasized that the claims circulating online are completely inaccurate. And I quote what the Gates Foundation said, that the Gates Foundation does not release mosquitoes, operates laboratories that do so, or vector control activities in Nairobi anywhere else. The organization also explains that the malaria prevention and control in Kenya is fully led by the national authorities and local institutions and under existing laws, and regulatory oversight. The foundation supports these efforts by working transparently with government, researchers, and public health partners to advance Kenyan-led priorities responsibly, which is a lie, a very big lie. So let's shift just a little bit because we got some few evidence. There's him talking, or the foundation talking, and these Africans who have witnessed this. A very quick look at we had Burkina Faso, which I think is part of the videos I have right here, and we had in 2025 Ibrahim Traore saying that with immediate effect the lab should be stopped. Whatever was happening and funded, they no longer need it, and it stopped. But in other African countries, I remember that was I think in Sierra Leone. There's a video
Yes.
I shared.
And this was joke because you got no institution. So even to raise an honest, real institution that can protect the people. Sierra Leone, I just got to bribe you to kill your people. You don't care. You got to bribe you to put shit out there. Bribe. You don't care. You have no integrity. You're despicable. So I can go to African countries, just bribe the morons at the top and do all kind of despicable shit to the people because you don't care.
Exactly. So these are Ugandan talking
The mosquitoes
about
that we created were actually stronger than the ordinary mosquito that we were trying to fight. And now that caused an even bigger problem for the rest of the world and for South America where the experiment was conducted. So
exactly. Why would you allow somebody to put genetically modified mosquitoes into your damn system? And the mosquitoes are created by nature that it'll serve a purpose. You've been given by nature certain things that keep you from malaria. If you get malaria, certain real herbs will cure you. So why is everything they do is always out of nature? Everything they do is always some fake shit and tell you it's better. It's a lie. African people, you better get your mind back right and realize you have enemies, real enemies that are despicable. You better get them Epstein files and understand you're dealing with psychopathic, homicidal, genocidal, cannibalistic psychopaths. See, that now you messed up. See, now me saying that, you know that's real. That's not just keep talking crazy, because that's in those files. Go ahead, Joe.
exactly.
It's happening here in Africa, in Burkina Faso, and they're taking advantage of the lack of knowledge of our leaders. Yeah,
Exactly.
because
They're all stupid.
the mayor of the area where
It's not the like it now. Your leaders like to be stupid. Not like they can learn shit. They don't. They like to be I'm the big nigga, I'm the gay nigga syndrome. That's like I said with that goofy leader from that goofy in the 70s, son, everybody said, "Oh, we love Israel. We support Israel is us. The Jews are us," because he knows who actually runs the world, and he knows they probably already told him when you're dead, your daughter's daddy dies, we get rid of you. You're a moron. We can't have you run no country. You're an idiot. That's why he's out here talking about the Jews, this, the Jews that. I got the Jews. The Jews are great. We're like the Jews. We are the Jews. Go ahead, Joe.
Conducted in Burkina Faso was asked, "Did you know anything about this experiment that they are doing right now in Burkina Faso, being banned in South America?" And
the government granted Target Malaria permission to release the genetically altered mosquitoes. A first, it seems, on the African continent. We're going to talk to the mayor.
And Joby, no critical thinking. Why would they be doing this in Africa? Oh, better stay deep pop. Everything's about deep pop. Go ahead.
As scientists, you cannot know whether these genetically modified mosquitoes can cause other problems.
Est-ce que ces moustiques-là transformés génétiquement ne vont pas créer d'autres problèmes?
Did you know that there was a similar project in Brazil?
No,
I don't know anything about that.
The mayor doesn't know about the Brazilian field trial, but we do. In September 2019, the prestigious science journal Nature published a report by independent researcher Jeffrey Powell. He was worried by his findings.
I have a project going on in Brazil with people in Rio de Janeiro. And I heard about this program going on in Jacobina where they're doing these releases.
Now remember, Brazil, Brazil is a minority white country. The majority of people in Brazil are African. Okay? The majority of people in Brazil are African. Okay? That's why he would choose Brazil. Because the majority are African people. Go ahead, Joe.
Oxytec. So I think, okay, if they're not doing it, maybe we should check to see if it's happening.
What happened is that you and your team, you physically captured genetically modified mosquitoes to see what happened with them, right?
Right. We wanted to check, do any of the genes that were in the release strain now incorporated into the natural population or the target population? Okay. And that's
the gene modification experiment failed twice. First, the mosquitoes could not be eradicated. Second, the genetically modified mosquitoes reproduced with the endemic population and passed on their modified genes. Jeffrey Powell fears that all mosquitoes in the area may now be more robust.
My question is that they could
made them super mosquitoes now that are dangerous to human beings, because that's the actual goal, stupid. Now, whatever they tell you, no, that's not the goal. The goal is to make shit worse. They don't know the mind of a European. If they do, is to make shit worse. And remember, they're predatory. They're predators. And you need to know. If you knew that, you're like, okay, this is what this is about. That's some shit they telling you. Go ahead, Joe.
Just to have a better viability, be stronger, maybe have a quicker development time. These are all things which you can find when you make hybrids. Sometimes they can develop faster, they become larger, they
super
live
mosquito.
longer, they're more fertile. Wow. That's what I'm thinking of.
Crazy.
Scott O'Neill here in Medellin, Colombia today, and I'm at the world's biggest mosquito factory for the World Mosquito Program. Hello. Scott O'Neill here in Medellin, Colombia today, and I'm at the world's biggest mosquito factory for the World Mosquito Program. We're making in here 30 million mosquitoes a week. Come have a look. We're doing it for a very serious reason. Cities like Medellin have suffered from diseases like dengue, Zika, chikungunya for decades, but not anymore. We've been able to bring the solution of Wolbachia mosquitoes to this city. When this bacteria called Wolbachia gets introduced into the mosquito, it stops their ability to transmit dengue. We release mosquitoes that have Wolbachia. Now they go and mate.
This is them trying to justify their evil deeds of making it try to look like it's something.
Exactly, Joe. But try to make it like it's something good. It's not. Why would you? Nature has enough mosquitoes. Why would you be making more than exactly? exactly what they do. Exactly. Now you get it. Exactly. That's them trying to justify the reason for tampering with nature. It's just like they tell you when they fucking with your food, always to make it better. And you find it's the food that gives you cancer. Has no nutrition because it's fake. Everything they say always go with the opposite, Joe.
Exactly. That is so true. But we also have this one. Let me share this ones as well. This guy talking
So
about it.
jana kuna place tulikuwa na sisi rafiki yangu. So on our way back nikamuuliza sisi.
Another bold move from Burkina Faso. The government of Ibrahim Traore has halted the Target Malaria project backed by the Bill and Melinda.
Exactly. Buddy, all now, exactly. All this material. They listen. You get the most evil. This motherfucker Bill Gates fuck babies and eats them. Okay, this isn't about. How the hell he's there to help you? See, all he told Bill and told you he was evil, right? It is already known. I've been to all this, right? So even Traore is trying to make strong institutions because he knows that people are out to get Africans. So no, you won't be doing that shit here. That's why is in all these African countries with this mosquito shit? Talking about, yeah, the first thing you should know that white people don't like us. They hate it when you go. It's racism with these people. So where's all this goodness coming from? They're always there to help us and help us with you're starving at. Let's help you with your food. Let's give GMO this. Let's do mosquitoes. Let's give you vaccine. Let's give you vaccination. Oh, what? Everything.
The white people, like you say, white people need help. You know, the white people on the street. The white people who are very fucked up. You know, they need to go to, rehab. Why don't you go help those people?
Help them. Exactly. Help them first.
I think it goes back to the terms we were reading yesterday. The terms they, the sub-Saharan chief.
There you go. Sub. Like I tell you, even the terms are racist. Sub-Saharan sub means. If you go back and understand when they got the term sub, they were calling you a subhuman. They said you wasn't a human being, you were subhuman. Okay? What is up, Joey, real quick? Keep that up. Ask Google, what is the definition of subhuman mean? That's why they call you sub-Saharan Africa. Subhuman. What does that mean, Joey? That's why you gotta start knowing things.
Says subhuman means a lower order of being than humans.
Yeah. So that's what they call Africans, Joey. Subhuman.
Crazy. They're the subhumans here, as what we know.
Of course.
Releases of genetically modified mosquitoes to fight malaria. Over 20 other foreign health organizations were also ordered to suspend operations. Target Malaria had spent years in Burkina Faso, including recent mosquito releases, aiming to reduce malaria, which still kills hundreds of thousands across Africa each year. Yet, local communities remain concerned. Community leaders and civil society groups warn these experiments would disrupt ecosystems and say they were never fully consulted. They call for safer local alternatives. For many, this is about protecting communities, not just advancing science. Some feel Africa is often treated as a testing ground for technologies developed
elsewhere. It is because you have weak institutions and weak leaders. It is. So you become the guinea pigs of the world. You are. That's a fact.
The gene-drive technology behind Target Malaria was developed abroad, and now it is being tested in Burkina Faso, raising questions about why local populations are often at the tail end of experimental programs. It helps to know how Target Malaria works. The project releases male genetically modified mosquitoes because only females bite and spread malaria. When males mate with wild females, their offspring either do not survive or carry genes that reduce malaria transmission. In Burkina Faso, these releases are still experimental and the modified genes cannot yet spread widely. Even with this science, Africans remain cautious. This caution is rooted in history. During the transatlantic slave trade and on plantations in the Americas, enslaved Africans were subjected to brutal medical experiments without consent. Families lost loved ones, and communities carried the trauma.
Pause that. That's what I said when people talk about the Epstein files. This has been Epstein files is nothing new. This has been there. What do they did in slavery? You think they waited for slave girls to be 18 before they raped them? They would sleep with 10 8-year-old children. And we already told you that they ate us. See, these are facts. So nothing the Epstein files is new. They've always been doing this. Been doing this. Raping children, eating them, making them, taking the bodies and making clothes out the shit, leather seats, leather. And these are your Jesus people. African minds, black minds are so fucked up. You worship the same people make clothing out of your damn skin, shoes, hats, furniture out your skin. After they boiled you and ate your ass. First they fucked you though. They would fuck you, eat you, then boil your skin to make hats, shoes, purses. Yeah, you think that say new? That Steve Files, this has been going on. When we told you, oh, this is crazy, just like when you made that video with the white girl. I know everything's going to always lead back to us hurting people. That was slavery times. Why is this talking? Us going to go back to leading to white people eating people. Because that's what you do. That's what you've been doing. You've been having sex with children, with babies. Say no damn, the Epstein files, this is new. This has been your culture. You're just able to hide it. And when the Africans told you that because they've been enslaved with you wicked motherfuckers, everybody's like, oh, that's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. You think it's aspect that the Africans, it happened in Africa too during colonization. But that was all wiped out of their history, all fake history in Africa. Tell the African that. They know it now through everything. You realize this happened in Africa too? I don't know nothing about that. White man, my friend, he created me civilization, and he my Jesus. He's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't read none of those. Go ahead, Joe.
Another reason to understand why history is important. That's why we go back to exactly what you just said. If you go back to history, you'd understand why today's events are still much active, because it's something that has been happening where they were experimenting
exactly.
on black people without their consent, torturing women, saying that black people don't feel pain and all.
Don't feel pain. Exactly. Don't feel pain today. It's the same way. You don't. Reason why you have a gynecology a gynecology was for women around the world was experiment of African slaves being tortured, going into their vaginas and ripping them out and making them bleed and all that torturous shit that they were doing on an African woman. That's the reason why you know about your UHI, your vagina, of the torture of African women. That's how you got the thing, gynecology today. Gynecological medicine was created from the torture of African women. These are facts. Go ahead, Joe.
Imperialism and exploitation left deep scars. In Namibia, during German colonial rule in the early 1900s, Herero women were sterilized to prevent them from having children with men of other races under the guise of, quote, scientific research. This targeted oppression caused
they were sterilizing you because they were trying to wipe you out. You've been sterilized, so you wouldn't have no babies. Okay, so because they remember the white man came in Namibia, they owned all the lands, as Joby showed you. They make sure all that land was theirs, and you wouldn't have to fight your kids later, because the kids were not going to visit. The kids were going to visit and say, what? Why am I landless in my own country? Who are these white people owning all my land? So that's why they try to sterilize you as a people. Shut your ass up. Get on out of here.
Pain and deep mistrust. Even in recent decades, Africans have questioned foreign health programs. In Kenya, tetanus vaccine were accused of causing infertility. In northern Nigeria, polio vaccine faced resistance over similar fears. In Malawi, vaccination programs were paused after safety concerns. Bill Gates continues to fund programs across the country.
And they also did that in Kenya with the HP1 virus thing, whatever that shit was. They were sterilized. So after the Kenyan doctor caught in time, they'd already sterilized 500,000 Kenyan women. No, it's supposed to help you, but every time you find they sterilize you, it's Depop.
Africans insist trust is essential. Communities must be involved and history cannot be ignored. Collaboration is essential. But African communities make it clear they want a seat at the table, not to be subjects of experiments. Across the continent, African scientists are driving breakthroughs. Malaria vaccines in Rwanda, new HIV therapies in South Africa, low-cost diagnostics in Kenya, and genomic surveillance systems in Nigeria. Africa doesn't just need experiments, it needs strong, sustainable healthcare systems built by and for its people.
Built by
Science only
Africans,
works
exactly.
when it earns the trust of local communities. After centuries of exploitation, Africa is awake and its people are watching, making sure their voices guide the future of health on the continent.
Yep, but as I go through some comments under the same video, I see someone says we really need Kenya veterinary, veterinary, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and vaccination.
That's the veterinary where you took your dog at. The veterinary.
Yeah, and vaccination institution to do research on all vaccines brought to Kenya by foreigners.
Hey,
Actually,
you got that right.
It should be Africa, not just Kenya, because again, we have, even when you talk about drugs themselves.
Well, I'm sure they can. I'm sure, of course, Africa. I'm sure they say that as a Kenyan person. If you're going to have any drugs in here, you're supposed to. That we're talking about the vaccine that they brought. You're supposed to take it apart. And you're supposed to see what's in it.
I'd say I agree. They're talking about just Kenya, but this is how again we need the same thing I was talking about yesterday. We're not educated to understand we face the same things as a continent.
True.
Just because this is happening here,
True.
it's not happening in Tanzania, it's not happening in Uganda. These people they have a common goal when it comes to us. That's why I go back to the same thing I said. These people have an agenda when it comes to us. We don't. We think this is just, we got aid, fuck Nigerians, or what? It's the same shit, the same patterns. So that's why I go back to literally, again, if we had organizations like African Union, these are the type of organization that should actually caution this.
True.
We've seen cases of polio, this and this, causing this effect in many African countries. As an organization and as a board that stands for Africa, we will not allow this to come into the continent, not just this country anymore, into the continent. And that's how you have prevented a lot of things. It goes back to so many things we've seen some countries reversing. I think it was, apart from Malawi, we had, I think in Malawi we had over 8 children who died. In Kenya it was around 10 or 11. I remember it was the similar cases because of the polio vaccine. This is actually in early 2024, late 2020, early 2025, late 2024. And only some few countries said, we're seeking safety, we're no longer gonna. But how many countries are still receiving the same vaccination, and it's causing the same effect in the continent? So we need, as Africans, again, to stop looking at things just as a country, but understand this is a continent. We are.
You can't do that. You got to have exactly. But see, what you just said is about that. You just said about the AU. AU is supposed. The AU would that'd be one of the things they're supposed to do, but they're not a strong institution, Joe. There's an institution created by your enemies. It was created by you. So if you had an African institution that would actually work, you're right. They would be doing that. But go ahead.
We have someone also says, why don't they use it in their respective countries? This goes back to the pesticide. We were talking about the pesticides last week, or I think one of the days
last week.
About how this is banned in other countries like France. But Africa still uses these things that are causing cancer at a very high rate in Africa, but still we've allowed it. They are banned.
Because all I got to do is bribe. You don't have any institutions to protect you. Africa, that's the thing about scary. Imagine growing up in Africa where ignorance is rampant. You don't understand shit, not talk real shit. And your leaders are against you because they can be bribed. You have no protection, you don't even understand. And then all you do is grab a piece of fruit and eat it. You don't know it's full of shit that's going to cause you cancer. You have no idea. You have no idea. And there's no one that'll protect you. And you haven't been getting the information, the education to understand what's even going on. It's a dangerous situation.
The mosquitoes that you
Scott O'Neill here in
Captain Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso's leader, just shut down the Bill Gates-backed Target Malaria project, halting genetically modified mosquito releases. He is taking a stand against foreign experiments on African soil. Here is why he is right, and why Africa must stop being a testing ground for vaccines and biotech. First, Traore stands. His government stopped Target Malaria due to ethical, environmental, and health risks. Local groups like the Coalition for Monitoring Biotechnological Activities warned these experiments could harm ecosystems and communities. Traore's move prioritizes African sovereignty, rejecting foreign-driven projects that treat Burkina Faso as a laboratory. He is pushing for local solutions, not imported risks. Why is Africa often the testing ground? Historically, Western pharmaceutical companies have
because as Africans you're weak. That's the same thing with the China square, but as Africans you're weak. That's why you're preyed upon. You're weak.
And lax regulations. From 2000 to 2020, over 60% of clinical trials for vaccines later used in Europe and the USA were conducted in Africa, often in countries with weak oversight. Examples include the 1996 Pfizer trial in Nigeria, where children were tested without proper consent, and the 2010 GSK malaria vaccine trials in Malawi, criticized for inadequate transparency. Africa's burden trials happen here, but benefits, like affordable vaccines, often go elsewhere. Why do African leaders allow this? Greed and corruption play a role. Some leaders accept
he knows exactly. He knows greed and corruption. Exactly. You didn't build strong institutions, and you got greed and corruption baked into the system because they put their puppets up in there who don't care about. They care about, like I said, lining their own pockets. They don't want to build anything, so they just give their country away to the evil people. Yeah, you know, I get my money, I get my fake paper, You do anything, yeah, bring all these systems into Africa. And boy, oh boy, you are at mercy of the wicked.
Yeah, literally, it's
incentives from foreign NGOs and corporations prioritizing profit over people. For instance, the Gates Foundation's $4 billion to Gavi has pushed vaccine agendas in Africa, but local governments often fail to negotiate fair terms or prioritize local health systems. This leaves communities vulnerable to exploitation while leaders gain political and financial favors. Traore's stand is a wake-up call. Africa isn't a guinea pig. It is time for leaders to reject foreign experiments, invest in local science, and demand equitable healthcare. No more trials without full transparency and consent. No more sacrificing Africans for Western profits. Traore is showing the way. Africa deserves better self-reliance, not exploitation.
Exactly. We should have done that long time ago.
Exactly. But you had no leaders a long time ago. That's why they want to kill Ibn Traore. That's why they want to kill him. He's destroying your system.
It literally goes back to that video that it says when you are in a system that you keep on depending on, it gives you just the fake money. You don't want to consider even the real things that will make you grow as a country, as a person, like a land, infrastructures and all those kind of things. You keep on being dependent because you've kept the system and the people to keep on waiting. You've not created for you to even rescue yourself when it comes to you depending on the day they're gonna lack or not be able to transport or import to you. What are you gonna do? And because it even goes back to I remember there's a time we were talking about this this building. It's somewhere I think in Europe that the African countries send the organic seeds. It's crazy. That
it's in
Switzerland.
No, is it in Switzerland? I think it's in
Sweden. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, that one. I remember there's a time we talked about it, and it's a very big question to see that the fact that we don't have that anywhere in our any African country. We didn't even critically think to build anything like that, but we have the audacity of taking our organic seeds to save the rest of the world while they ship us diseases. Ourselves when it comes to now real hunger crisis. What
you said is actually right. That's why you're never be the president unless you fight. Exactly. Because everything is to make sure you stay dependent, Joby. You stay impoverished. That's why.
sad. But as we move on, still under the same Africa being guinea pigs, we have South Africa, which has begun the first human trial of locally developed HIV vaccine, and I doubt that personally, marking a significant step in the fight against the virus that still claims roughly one life every minute worldwide. 20 HIV negative
Question:
volunteers.
Why didn't they go use Dr. Sabi? Dr. Sabi told you he cured AIDS 40 years ago. Back in '88, went to court. Oh, he's an African man. He told you he cured AIDS 40 years ago and proved it. Michael Jackson put him in the court. That was back in '88. Because everything has to deal with your diet. Everything is dealing with the diet that you're consuming, what you're eating, causes a form of mucus. Go back and find Dr. Sabi's things, how to cure AIDS, how to cure these diseases. Go ahead, Joe.
And of course, you're looking at the funding before I continue, because they're saying 20 HIV negative volunteers have signed up for the trial. Researchers aim to determine whether the vaccine can stimulate the body's immune system to fight the notorious shape-shifting virus. The trial focuses on activating broadly neutralizing antibodies, powerful protein that can detect and neutralize.
And understand, when you're saying South Africa, you better know who runs South Africa and who are the majority doctors there. It ain't you. They ain't you.
Exactly. And that's the funding, because I'm asking Google, who of course funded the test they're claiming it's locally made. They're saying that the funding for local rapid and self-testing HIV initiatives in Africa and other regions is predominantly driven by international donors. We know who they are.
There you go. There you go.
Contribution from the local governments, and they're saying that we have the global fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria. Of course, this goes back to people.
You already know who that is. That exactly. Those are the wicked folks.
And we also have the WHO. Come on,
there you go.
In technical support and pre-qualification. The WHO facilitates the procurement for this test by international organization and government. But also looking at that, they're saying that this research is led by South Africa Medical Research Council, scientists from Wits University and Desmond Tutu HIV Foundation, working under the Africa-wide Brilliant Consortium. The consortium brings together experts from South Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Mozambique, all working towards an African-driven solution to HIV.
I don't care if you name all these African countries who's funding it.
Exactly. We've just seen who funded it, and good luck to the 20 participants. Literally, I hope your family is.
Good luck to you. Exactly.
I hope your family is heavily paid, and even if you go there, they won't be crying because you willingly gave up to sacrifice yourself, because that's what you did. This one, you can't even. There's no taking me to court or me taking you to court. You willingly came here and said
exactly.
So anything happens to you, you was the moron here. I was the clever one. You didn't do research and all that. But on this other end, we still have still under Kenya, which it's looking forward to use and spend 1.7 billion Kenyan shillings to just change the Kenya Revenue Authority from the original name to a different name with just one letter.
Oh my God!
One letter from KRA to KRS. Just one letter. They're spending 1.7 billion.
Yeah, because they had to change all the damn what they call the letterheads, all the documents that they use. So that would cost all this money because you got to change all your letterhead, all your computer software. So if you got to do that, it's not worth doing it.
Still 1.7 billion. Still 1.7. We're talking about, and what is actually making people mad, like this lady, is because we're going back to funds that they're not. No one is talking about who is going to be held accountable, who is actually no one. We're actually suffering. Majority of our people are suffering because a group number of people, and old people to be specific, are stealing funds from the majority of the people. And we're talking not just millions, billions. Majority is in billions, because I think we had a whole audit. Shout to Kenyans who are doing their amazing work, because we headed towards election. We had a whole audit being showcasing how much funds have been stolen since 2022 till now. And it's actually in billions, billions, billions.
Welcome to Africa, Joby.
Our country is drowning in loans. It's crazy.
Mnataka kubadilisha ikue KRS. One letter. Tunatumia 1.7 billion. Very nice. Tunataka nani kesho? Juu imeanza kuwa upuzi. Kuchange letter moja.
Exactly. Actually, there's another demonstration that has been planned. I don't have the full details. I think it's on this month, where they want to occupy the parliament again. There is occupation. There is a demonstration that occupy parliament again because, number one, of the high taxes which were still passed. Secondly, about the police brutality which is heavily increasing, and still calling out and reminding this government we're not going to fall for your schemes. Ruto must go. You're not making the lives of Kenyans easy but harder. It's a very few people, just like we said yesterday, a few number, and based on tribe, people who are benefiting. Majority of the Kenyans are suffering. Kikuyus are in a good position, probably. Kalenjins actually are enjoying seeing developments right, left, and center. And of course, with basically some few officials who are in different seats. And right now, it's crazy because you see now videos of them now, they've become hustlers all of a sudden. They're now eating giteris. They're now on local they call local restaurants, eating chapati and beans with people. Oh, come vote for me. Me, I also eat this shit. You don't eat that shit, bro, every day. You're always eating steak and chicken when other people are actually struggling to just even find a packet of ugali and kales. And if you find avocado, you thank God, because hey, like, please, it's crazy. The country is sinking in corruption, because the only way we've actually decided we're gonna deal with corruption is taking loans. Because you can see how even the people are quoting, you're struggling with corruption. This is Kenya today. Just take another loan. And that is Ruto, what he does. Are you struggling? He's asked, are you struggling with corruption? Yes, madam. Yes, Japan. Yes, Japan. And he takes another loan, because they're saying that Kenya is now the world's 7th largest IMF borrower.
Wow.
Even as the audit reports continue to expose missing funds, stalled projects, and poor development outcomes. So why hasn't the evidence of corruption been enough to stop the flow of the IMF financing? Exactly.
Because the IMF is getting the country. They know your leaders are corrupt. They put them there. So now you don't get your private partnership. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that.
Exactly. And that's why I think, again, if we're clever enough, and shout to the one who wrote that, this is why now critical thinking starts hitting, and now we become questionable of everything that is happening with our political system, which is our economy that they're playing with, and our lives too. How is it that the IMF, which you've already answered, but if people started questioning this long time ago, how is it that our country is in debt like Ghana? As much as Ghana right now is doing okay, we've seen they have actually put up a whole local, they're doing good with their gold. They have put up a local
They've taken back control of their own gold market.
Yeah.
So that allowed their currency to be boosted, because it's backed by a real mineral, which is gold. So Ghana has enough common sense to take back the control of their own resource, and that's improved it. And that's improved their currency.
But other countries, we just saw recently, I was just discussing about Kenya inability to borrow, where we had reached actually a limit to borrow. But after a week of that, we saw again, Ruto was able to attract 930 something billion for road projects, which we've not seen nothing happening already. Nothing. And bet you this is happening, of course, towards campaign. So all this money is not even meant for any projects. They're gonna do just some few things, incomplete shit, like that incomplete bridge. Then they're gonna tell you this costed us this point something million, and all that money and the projects again, exactly, they're stolen. So people are getting tired and questioning, why does the IMF keep lending countries? This is not even a matter of Kenya. Again, These are Africa
Well,
problems.
because that's the scam. IMF's not there to help you. IMF's to put you in debt so they can steal your country. That's what it's about. But IMF is not there. You did so many videos showing IMF is not created to help any. And why do you think Africa hasn't developed? IMF's been around for damn near 80 years, giving Africans money and show me one African country that's developed off of IMF debt. None. Because it wasn't designed to develop you, designed to keep in debt. So I come in now, get your resources.
Exactly. So let me share this. Continue.
Oh, your sound gone, Joby.
Oh, I didn't. Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me.
I was like, yeah. I was like, that lady ain't saying nothing. Me.
Kenya
What about now?
is now the world's seventh largest IMF borrower, with over 500 billion Kenya shillings in outstanding loans. Why does the IMF keep lending to the Kenyan government despite so much evidence of corruption? This is the signal. If you've ever wondered why taxes keep rising despite public funds being mismanaged, or who carries the cost of Kenya's debt burden, this is for you. In the first quarter of the 2025-2026 financial year, 20 out of 47 counties spent not 1 shilling on development. Auditor General reports keep flagging stalled projects, missing funds, and abandoned facilities. And Kenyans have been protesting corruption and the rising cost of living for decades. So why does the IMF keep financing the Kenyan government anyway? Why hasn't all this evidence of poor management of public funds changed anything? In our inaugural newsletter, The Signal, we break down how the IMF really works, why the audits don't stop the money, how debt reshapes tax policy,
Pause it. And you see that I'm gonna show never. IMF just went back into Bikini Faso again, begging them to take a loan. We're not asking for no loan. Why are you coming here to get? Because that's the because the country now it showed they don't need any loans. They're building it. Why is the IMF coming to Bikini Faso? This is like last week. They begged them to take a loan. I'm not asking for no. Why would I need a loan from you? Because the IMF was never set up to develop Africa, set up to steal. And remember, everything they make, everything they create, every institution comes from the European mind, is done for their benefit of stealing, not to benefit nobody. It's imperialism. Hide it as, oh, we're up here to help you shit. It's not. Good. Good.
Yeah, I see. According to Google, in late 2025 and early 2026, the IMF and Burkina Faso continued their partnership with staff-level agreement for new financing under the extended credit facility and resilience and sustainability facility. The agreement includes roughly 32.7 million to new funding to support economic reforms and climate-focused initiatives. So I don't know how true this is. If
that's all lie because Bikini Faso said no. Oh no, hell no. That's why all the other people read it. They get back. Oh, Bikini Faso said no. We don't need your more debt. Exactly. So why is the IMF coming? Bikini Faso not asking you to put no loans. They said no. We don't need none of your loans.
Exactly.
It never really benefited them. Subscribe to our new weekly newsletter for clear evidence-based reporting on the system surrounding the economy and governance in Kenya and across the continent.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's not just a Kenyan thing. It's a pattern going on in Africa.
Exactly.
And again, for me, it will be very easy, man. You've already stolen. I'll become a president and say, hey, can we go back to the real audit? You've stolen worth of resources. Billions.
So what? Yeah, so what? So what? So what? How you gonna stop?
what you're gonna do is I want you to pack your things, leave my country. Whatever I owe you, consider the deal done. Like you
Okay, well, okay.
For
I'll say President Joby, President Nelson. Are you sure you want to do this? Because I'm gonna have to come see you. I'm gonna have to come see you. You sure you want to do this?
Very much I want to do that. Of course, again, I'm not gonna be moving like I'm not Gaddafi. You know, I'm not.
Come see you.
Yeah, it's okay.
I know you're not Gaddafi. You're in an even weaker country called Kenya. So I'm coming to see you.
I already know your tactics, okay? And I've been working with people like Ibrahim Traore for me to be able to understand your tactics. Better. I'm not gonna just move alone with your same old US-based militaries in my country. As a matter of fact, get them out. You know, aren't you gone? Pack your underwears, your boxers, all your side chicks, bras, and everything. Leave my house. That's what you do.
Okay, President Nelson. I'll be seeing you.
I'll
be seeing you. I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you too. Make it very soon. Ensure you meet me very
it will be soon. It before you even know what's going on. It's gonna be soon.
It's crazy because I feel like it goes back to the same question someone asked right here. Like personally, I can't wait, and I hope to be among the people who witness it, just to see these elites literally die off and them losing power, because it has to happen. There's no way we're gonna continue this way. It has to happen. Something must happen. Something has to happen. Like there's no way these are gonna be the same conversations from years come, years go. When will the consequences ever happen?
It's called something has to give. A leader has to be brave like you, because I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you, President Nelson. I'm coming to see you. I want you to know before you think I'm leaving. You think I'm leaving? I got spies all throughout your country.
And you know what?
So you make sure you put that in your, and you don't know who they are.
That's why I'll walk like
Iran. In China, well, you better find them.
You know, low key build up militaries. You know, bases.
You're not going to time me that, because I'm going to be a lot of bubble gum. I'm be sending you a big old present of bubble gum.
That's why with strategy, I'm not just gonna come and tell you, hey, get out of my country right now. I'm gonna do all this. Then when I'm ready, when I know I am ready to pull the trigger as well.
Smart.
I'm gonna like, yo, pack your bags, pack your underwear, and leave my house. That's what you're gonna do. Like,
all right.
But as we move on to the other conversation about Nigeria, I want to share this quick video here going viral currently. A report coming from BBC exposing how Nigeria actually leads in dog consumption in Africa. And the country actually ranks as the third highest consumer of dog meat in the world. The South Korea and Vietnam, according to the
you eat some real bush meat. You're Nigerian. See, as this report gets out, TikTok is gonna go crazy talking about you. And the Namibians, oh man, you better let the dog meat shit get out.
Yeah.
But this right here is arguably the biggest dog market in Nigeria.
God damn.
This market attracts buyers from thousands of kilometers away. A dog here could sell for between $25 and $40, depending on the size. How do they get these dogs? And why is dog trade such a booming business here?
Idan suka je Kano suna nan da jakansu da magani a ciki. In suka samu kare sai su tura mana mu mata a cikin gida.
See how far they fall as a society. See how far they fall as a society with their fake Jesus, their fake Allah. Got these niggas eating dogs. See how far you fall as a society. You're in a failed state. You're in a failed state. They're out here buying dogs to eat. In a failed state. Wow, it's crazy.
Using herbs to poison you. You cannot they cannot get you if you are eating dog meat. If maybe you want to charm a woman, you can use the heart or the liver of a dog and mix it with some certain chance, then you can get that person. Nigeria is considered a country with the highest rate of dog meat consumption.
It's crazy, even the mentality. You can see how exposure, personally, this exposure to poverty, how it has destroyed the mindset to the point where you think eating a dog's liver is gonna make you attract a woman, or a woman is gonna be attracted to. That type of a backward thinking is that if you eat a dog's liver or kidney, a woman
anywhere around the world of eating dog meat, a woman's like, they're getting away from you because they know you're impoverished. What are you talking about? So, so when the Namibians find this video that Joby's using, you Nigerians are done.
It's over for them.
2021, thousands of Nigerians reportedly signed petition to stop the consumption of dog meat. Now, this man right here was among the frontliners.
Dogs are able to perceive cancer, certain cancers, and alert the doctor even before science or machines.
Eating dog meat don't cure no cancer. This is what you're talking about. Crazy.
Nah, it says
What do you say?
Some dogs have cancer. So
oh, they do. That's true. Exactly. I was going to say dogs have cancer. What do you?
They feel better when they have dogs. They're raising.
So what do you think about dog meat consumption? Let us know in the comment section.
It's crazy. Kid can let us know because he has experienced that.
I didn't know I was doing it. So I did it in Thailand, didn't know. She was already in a meal mixed with some rice and shit with they slick, sneaky asses. I didn't know. When I ate it, and I asked the people in the house, what is this? They said it was dog and roop. I spit it out. What? You out your mind? You don't eat dog. You don't be getting my little damn dog meat. And as I erupted, I was kindly asked to get the F out their house. Like, what's wrong with you people eating goddamn dogs and shit? What's wrong with y'all?
But this is actually, I want to share this as we literally wind up with this as a topic as well. The bushmeat culture in Nigeria. I don't know. Ghanaians do it. John Mosquito, let me know if you Ghanaians do eat bushmeat. I don't know about that. In Kenya, I don't know.
Let me know if you Ghanaians eat bushmeat. Joby did it. Joby did a Tariq sheet on you. John Mosquito.
Yeah, because I see you saying that we eat donkeys. Now, what you have to do, because there was a time.
Who the fuck is eating donkeys? The Kenyans? I know the Chinese eat that shit. Man.
What happens, most of the people actually here will kill, I think I did that as a discussion too, they'll kill the donkeys and go sell these skins to the Chinese people, because the Chinese believe that the skin, when dried and blended or whatever, it gives them, it makes them not age. It's like an anti-age formula.
Anti-aging. I know China eating all the donkeys in Africa. Yeah, donkey is definitely some fucking bush meat.
There are times people are conscious because donkeys were being killed or disappearing, literally, and you'd find people selling some weird meat which doesn't taste like cows. So people are conscious, like, these people are not really, this is not, and then the fact that, a donkey looks like a, the structure of the body is like a cow, so people would confuse when it's actually hanged on the butchery. So you'd think actually that's a cow. But the meat,
damn.
So many people actually were arrested. There were people who were arrested, caught with a whole butcher running in. This is in the ghetto place.
Well, of course, they say exactly, because someone can skin up here document. I've seen in Kenya, you guys are people out there catching rats and selling out in the street as meat. You crazy than a motherfucker.
Yeah, this is Nigeria with the bushmeat culture.
Bushmeat market is one. The Nigerian bushmeat market is one that has done so well in the years that has gone by.
God damn.
A lot of people depend on this kind of meat for their protein, especially those that are born in the southern part of the country. In the northern part of the country, most people get meat from the ones that have been slaughtered in the abattoirs.
So I want to look at it and kind of think about, and sorry to put it this way, hope you guys don't take it offensively, but looking at how slaves literally use some foods, let's say like chitlins, and change it all into something different.
Of course, they had to make a delicacy out that shit. Yeah, but
could it be adoption, or is this just Africans being exposed?
It's similar. It's similar. Yeah, it'll be similar because Africans, but see, they got a choice not to eat that shit. Black people in America, they were forced to eat that shit because they had nothing. That's what they were given, slops and scraps, So they had to eat raccoons and fucking and goddamn possums and all that crazy shit. Man, anybody eating that shit today? Anybody be eating no possum and all that shit? These Nigerians are choosing to eat that shit. I'm not eating none of that gamey. Imagine some meat you're not supposed to consume. Imagine what it's doing to your body, that shit. Just because it's meat, you're not supposed to consume all meat. The African people, you're not supposed to just consume all shit. You're not supposed to consume certain things. Just like even a regular pig. That wouldn't be all dirty like that. We're not even supposed to, you can have a clean pig. As Africans, we're not supposed to consume pig at all. Fucks our body up. So imagine if you eat let's say you had a clean pig and you butcher them and eat them and it'd be normal. This shit here is on the crazy side. What? It's worse than a fucking pig. I'm not eating. You wonder why? And then put us up, Joby. Oh, let's put us up. This because of shit the bullshit you eat. What is the average death rate of Nigeria? I think it's like 54.
According to Google, Nigeria's crude death rate as of 2023 was approximately 11.74 deaths per 1,000
No, my fault. So what is the average? What is the average lifespan age?
As of Google, Nigeria's life expectancy is among the world's lowest. Recently reported around 54 to 56 years, depending on the source.
I thought it was 54. 54. Because you're eating shit like this. And you're too ignorant to know this shit you're not supposed to be fucking consuming. Africans, just because you're home, you don't put all this crazy shit in your goddamn pie hole. You don't put all this raggedy ass fucking meat in your damn gullet. You don't throw this shit down your throat. That's why you're dying at 54. You got the one of the lowest lifespan because of this bullshit you're consuming. You're not supposed to be eating this shit. Dog and cat, rat.
The story is different. Hunters go deep into the forests and they get this bush meat. Some shot, some trapped.
Crazy ass shit. What is that? Monkeys?
Wherever ways or form these meats are gotten, they are then brought to the market and are being sold. And a lot of people go to restaurants and bars to eat this meat. So
you wonder why you died. You wonder why you dead at 54? Because it's bullshit you eat. Go in the forest, just grab anything, kill it, and cook it. You out your fucking mind.
Actually, what you should try for this
okay, we just got water to wash our hands.
Look at this sitting out. And like I said, this the ignorance of Africa now. Africans when this ignorant years, this the ignorant of Africa now. Look, you sitting there eating that fuck nigga shit right there. You know why you got heart problems, why your fucking foot is falling off. I don't know why my foot's falling off.
It doesn't matter what day it is. This market stays open. Shortly after the April lockdown, it was the first to welcome its customers back.
At first sight, this is just a fish market, but if you
look
a little bit
you got to have a mask on. You got to have a mask on in that shit.
Markets for bushmeat in Africa. The things that you can buy here are not supposed to be on anyone's plate. Yeah,
Exactly. That's what anybody play. Exactly. This is why Tariq is making jokes how you call you bush eat niggas. Over in it, you bush eat niggas, bush meat eat niggas.
Yes, it's
Crocodiles, pangolins, endangered species are openly sold here, available to anyone willing to pay
Because they
the
don't have any
right
jobs,
price.
no? And they don't have any real life.
We are not
We're not doing anything. We're eating all kind of crazy fucked up meat that we're not supposed to be eating.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Joe.
Available to anyone willing to pay the right price.
We are selling it here. We are in Africa. This one is our business.
No, this is not a matter of Africa. That's the
Exactly.
problem.
This Africa. Where's our business? Because we don't got no farmland to do regular animals that's supposed to be like sheep and lamb. It's our business. We just go in the woods, in the forest, and just kill any fucking thing moving and fry it.
That's the problem we have with Africans. Literally, we think because of being exposed to poverty, you're supposed to be eating crazy.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly, Joey. Exactly.
Your mentality, thinking about
Ain't that crazy?
high-end restaurant, eating some good jollof rice with some real meat, some real goat meat or some real cow meat. You just think, oh, this is Africa, so we're supposed to be eating this fucked up shit too. What?
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Joey, let's see. Okay, let's see. What's the life expectancy in Kenya? It ain't much more. It got to be like 58, maybe. Ain't all kind of crazy shit too. Hey, you can't be this crazy shit, man.
65. That is 65.
Oh shit! Cool. You got God. They 10 years higher than you, morons in Nigeria. Did you ever look at all these goopy ass Nigerian movies? That it was great to live in Nigeria. And Kenya's goddamn life expectancy is 10 times more than goddamn Nigeria.
Come on.
In this business for long.
A crocodile goes for $30 to $75. A small pangolin for $25. Bushmeat is pricey. Demand is high.
Bushmeat is better than chicken now because I don't know how they preserve the
Bushmeat is better than a chicken. This is the ignorance of this motherfucker. Lady, they're not selling your bushmeat at KFC. They're good. They're good.
KFC for that shit. Thank you. I'm KFC in all the way. I'm junking all the way.
But the bushmeat, I'll prepare it by myself.
Bushmeat is seen as a delicacy among wealthy Nigerians. The country is an emerging transit hub for the illegal wildlife trade. Tons of pangolin scales are shipped to Asia every year.
Eat that shit? What the fuck was that thing?
He's a wildlife activist who says Nigerians place little value on their own wildlife.
They feel it's sweeter. It's
because in poverty.
That's why Namibians told them literally they don't even have to have attraction because they have eaten all their wildlife.
They have because, but I said to white man, remember you guys understand, Nigeria used to have, just like Kenya had lions, elephants, but I don't know if they even know over there no more. I don't know if Nigeria still has elephants. I don't think they have lions no more. They don't. Remember, lions and elephants were all over Africa. Not just in Kenya, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia. They were all over Africa. I think, what is up, Joey? Does Nigeria have lions anymore? I mean, in the wild, not no fucking zoo. Do Nigerians even have lions anymore? I don't think they do.
I doubt it. Let's see.
I think they ate them motherfuckers.
That's in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria has the wild lions, still has the wild lions, but they are not brink of extinction. Experts estimate that.
Exactly. They're on extinction. They don't ate most of them. They're on extinction, Joe. They're almost gone.
Yeah, they're like fewer than 50 lions remaining in their
50? Joe, that's nothing. They gone. These niggas ate up all the lions.
They need to come to Rongai to pick some. We have lions wandering here like they're humans.
Wow.
We have lions around here, it's like they're human beings.
But what they don't understand is is that most of these animals that you have continued hunting over time are reducing in number. Very soon they will be gone. That means you come here, you won't even see it anymore, even in real life. So
that motherfuckers got like 5 lions and they got like 5 lions in all of Nigeria.
It is on sale too. Chinedu is trying to buy up animals that are still alive and save them before they are killed. A race against the clock.
If I don't buy them for my purpose, which is a fulfilling purpose, I believe, people will come and buy them for food. And as you've seen most of these animals, they come in like this every day.
That shit crazy.
There are laws in Nigeria to protect these species.
But they won't.
We are showing the pictures to a representative of a governmental agency that is supposed to enforce the law. So
but
why
you'll find she
they got, because they got weak, they got forced to remember the institutions are weak. There's no institution in Africa that are real. They don't have any real institutions. So, they're supposed to do that. They don't do that. They're probably poorly funded, and they don't give a shit. They're not trying to. What animal is this? I don't got no money to go police none of that shit. Get out of here.
It's flourishing them.
Some are not aware at all, and some try to just pretend as if they don't really know what is happening. So you cannot just pound some people. You have to educate the people.
And then you see,
so,
God damn, pause it. This is some of the African woman. That wig is so fucked up. It's so bad. It's so bad, lady. That wig on your head is so fucked up. That's like a bushmeat wig.
Oh my.
Education, then, of course, then the enforcement will follow later.
Though the agency reiterates how important it is to save wildlife, it does not have any sanctions in place for those who breach the law or policies to shut down wildlife markets altogether.
Exactly.
This takes
it's weak institution.
Chinedu says Nigeria has a lot of problems and wildlife is not the priority. We meet him again at a sanctuary he created to raise animals and teach children about wildlife.
We have to prepare those coming up in the future so that they can, when they get there, they make purposeful decisions, policies that are fair.
That's why you can't go like the Nigeria for no damn animal shit like you could Kenya and Tanzania. They ate all them motherfuckers up. Ain't no more lions and elephants. I don't think I got to look this up for me. Are there any more elephants in Nigeria?
I doubt it.
And they ate them motherfuckers up. I know you still got elephants in Ghana, at least, in Port Seal. You got elephants in Nigeria. I mean, in the wild. Not in no damn.
They're saying that there are still some elephants, but the population is critically low. On the brink of extinction, an estimated of 300 to 400 elephants have been.
They ate them all up. See? And remember, the reason why they called the Ivory Coast in Cote d'Ivoire, because that was a bunch of goddamn elephants there. There were more elephants in the Ivory Coast than you had in Kenya and Tanzania combined. But you can't find no damn bunch of elephants in no Ivory Coast no more. We know the white man killed them, though, back in the day. They were killing for the ivory. They were killing all these elephants, right? So you got like 300 elephants left in the whole country of Nigeria. Them motherfuckers, they ain't gonna last year. They gonna eat the fuck out of them motherfuckers.
Crazy.
No one knows how much wildlife will still be left in Nigeria by the time this next generation is able to act.
There'll be nothing. There'll be
nothing. Nothing left. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's insane. But that is, there's a lot of, again, we go back to the discussion of 65% arable land in Africa. In that we suffer this when it comes to food. Literally, we can keep chickens if we wish to. We can still keep goats if we wanted to.
I know. That lady told you, Joey, fuck a chicken. I want to eat this weird ass meat right here.
It's crazy. How is a chicken? How is a bushmeat sweeter than a chicken? The only thing I find second better than a chicken is fish for me. Like,
damn your fish, Joby. It's bush meat. It's bush meat, Joby. Bush meat.
Mix me with that. And I think I've never even attracted a Nigerian man because God knows I'm not ready to eat that.
Man, that crazy shit Joey would have to cook if you had a Nigerian husband. What is this shit here? I tell you how to prepare. Joey, only Joey can understand what the fuck they say. I can't understand the fuck they be saying. Let me show you how to prepare. What do we do? Talking about how to prepare the meat and how you do it. What did he say? Hold on, Joey. Do this real quick before we leave, because we got time. Nobody's there but us. Let's do this, Joey. Go to TikTok.
Don't mess with my
There's
time
no
is
time.
up.
There's no time up, Joey. Somebody there. Wait.
I'm doing my 2 hours. My 2 hours are up.
No time. Wait, Joey. Do this. No time up. Wait. Do this. So, Joey talking about ebonics, and I agree with. I told you how badly Black Americans started to talk now. So, what Joey do this? Go to TikTok and say Ari Spears. Ari Spears. So they say Ari Spears talks about Quavo's Ari Spears, the guy you typed up a couple of weeks ago. See, when he got beat up on Corey Holcomb's show, he got beat up that night. Ari Spears talks about Quavo's English. Like I said, it's so terrible. These rap morons who can't talk to these idiots. It's crazy. Quavo, the guy from one of the Migos guys. You know these people, Joe. I don't know these motherfuckers. These bad talking motherfuckers. Yeah, go ahead.
He talks about motherfuckers.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the funniest. Yo, can we get Aries? Quavo, watch this.
It's a bunch of them on. I didn't see this. Yeah, all right, we just Quavo. Pause. Let me say so. This is how bad the English has got in America. Motherfuckers don't know how to talk. So Quavo was they were trying to ask Quavo a question, and instead of even trying to say, "Well, why are you quizzing me like that?" Harry Spears gonna show you how Quavo said, "Are you coming like that?" But that's what they be talking about. What? Go ahead, Joey.
What?
Big Boy from Outkast.
Yeah.
Quavo. And at one point, one of the contestants was semi-garbage. And then T.I. asked Quavo his thoughts. And I guess Quavo didn't understand what T.I. was asking him. And Quavo said, "Man, why you gonna quit me like that?" For 10 minutes, I went, did this nigga just try to say what I think he said? Man, why you try and quiz me like that? Man, why you gonna quit me like that?
That's how they be talking. You can read a book. We're free now. You can actually learn how to talk, nigga. This is crazy. Why you gonna
And
feed me like
I'm not
that?
shitting on the South, but trying to make it seem like it's a South
Yeah, but
thing.
it's South.
Ludacris, Big Boy.
It's a South. It's everywhere, but it's bad in the South. It's bad with these. I told you with these Southern niggas. I can't understand the fuck they saying. What are you even speaking English? It's as bad as this Jamaican. Why you gonna quit me like that? What?
I be using big ass words because you tell T.I. loves him some T.I. Exclusively. That nigga love being like he's a king on a throne. But they all speak fluent, understandable English. Nigga, what the fuck is, man, why you gonna quit me, lady? You can read now, nigga. Quit me, lady. And I'm not shitting on the South, but trying to make it seem like it's a South thing, because Ludacris, Big Boy, T.I., even though T.I. be using...
Y'all made me listen to all that ebonic ass rap too. See, look, y'all got Instagram for like the last 3 or 4 months. I know Joey's going crazy. You know I can't watch it. Watch your Instagram. But we got all kind of ebonics rap on there. Why you gonna quit me? Why you gonna quit me like that?
Nigga love being like he's a king on a throne. But they all speak fluent, understandable English. Nigga, what the fuck is, man, why you gonna quit me, lady?
What's quit me, lady? What's he saying? I don't even know what he's
saying. No, okay, he's trying to say, okay, they were asking him, he's trying to say, Joey, why are you going to sleep with me? He's trying to say, why are you trying to quiz me like that? But he's talking, but he said it like this. Say it again. He's trying to say, man, why are you going to quiz me like that, Joe? But this is what he said. Quiz me, Joe. Why are you going to quiz me like that?
Quiz me like that.
Yeah, but this what, yeah, exactly. This is what he just said again. So throw it again. This is embarrassing.
And then T.I. asked Quavo his thoughts. And I guess Quavo didn't understand what T.I. was asking him. And Quavo said, man, why you gonna quiz me like that? For 10 minutes, I went, did this nigga just try to say what I think he said? Man, why you try and quiz me like that? Man, why you gonna quiz me like that? Where they talk like that, man? And listen, we free now. Slavery's been abolished. And I'm not shitting on the South or trying to make it seem like it's a South thing, because Ludacris, Big Boy, T.I., even though T.I. be using big ass words, because you tell T.I. loves him some T.I. Indubitably. That nigga love being like he's a king on a throne. But they all speak fluent, understandable English. Nigga, what the fuck is, man, why you gonna quit me, lady?
Exactly.
We can read now, nigga. Quit me, lady.
That's what Joe be talking about, the ebonics.
Yeah, literally. But as I go to the comments, as we literally get to
Joey, why you gonna quit? Joey, why you gonna quit me like that?
I'm good. Talk something I can understand, God damn it. And if there's something I also hate, people who text short text, like, you can't just text that, you text THT. What the hell is THT?
I don't know. How do I know?
Just type that, THT.
Oh, that is? Okay, I don't know.
Or okay, instead of saying okay, you just write K only. What the hell is K only?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Write full sentences. I really hate that shit. I'm not gonna respond to you because of some just damn ass shit, for real. Like, what? You expect me to understand that? I don't. Then now you left unanswered. So let's see what you're gonna do about it. Nothing. Jamusudo says Ruto is more concerned about building football stadium than building the nation. I know. And talking about even that stadium, it's still questions now. Kenyans are starting to question the amount that has been spent and the amount that was supposed to be spent on this stadium, because of the allocated amount and the amount that has been spent. Do we have a clear audit of how this money has been spent? Nowhere. Not anywhere. Jaba Karibu Sana, hope you're doing great today. Nice to see you. I also see says President Nelson is going
Rudo's asking the Kenyan people, why you gonna quit me like that?
I see Jaba says President Nelson is going to fall for the bling bling, not me. That doesn't fascinate me. It doesn't faze me. I don't know with the bling bling people. I also see he says that they have spies in your ugali. It's sad. Well, I'll chew the ugali and still let them know I'm still on with my action. That's the difference, I'm not gonna see them on my ugali or camera. Like, oh my God, they've been watching me. Nah, what's up? You updated, literally. And I also see Jibajaba says, what will all the right-wing Christians in America say when they find out this? The bushmeat. I also see
the bushmeat, that's right.
Also adds that dogs can sniff out cancer in a sick human. That is true. And also says
that's true. That's true.
A donkey cat was gone. Man, I always feel bad, especially for the people around here. But I think that case has really reduced. People could wake up, their donkeys are missing, or you find a donkey and the skin is gone. Like, the hell? Did you have to kill the donkey? Of course they had. For them to have the skin, they had to kill the donkey. But I also see says 100% Joby, but damn, they have a choice. That was in what's in that African KFC. Let's sure not the bush meat. Eating that. We have unlike you guys with 3D. Unlike you guys with the 3D meat and chicken, we got some real Okay. We are the real chicken.
Don't talk your shit to us, Joe.
Well, at least Africa we might be behind, but at least some of us will. Right.
You got real meat, exactly. If you're hard enough to have real food, you got that shit right.
Yeah, apart from Nigerians literally are there. Nigerians, oh my god, I was reading this comment yesterday. Let me see if I can find. Nigerians are so embarrassing in every aspect. They're the ones who are letting
They
us.
are.
We can't even defend ourselves of eating organic food now because of those kind of images, dog and all that. Like Nigeria, let me see, where is it?
They're right. Like I said, once the Namibians get a hold of that bushmeat shit, it's a wrap.
This was, I think, a Namibian. He said January 2026 has taught me that it doesn't matter whether you are from Namibia, Botswana, Kenya, Ethiopia, Benin, Seychelles, or South Africa. We are collectively agreeing that there is something fundamentally and serious wrong with Nigerians.
Sadly, but that's true. The kids, all the other Africans, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Kenya, sad.
We agree. But also see Joe still says they eat alligators in America, brother kid. I know. And the possum too.
They alligators. I know they eat them in Florida and Louisiana. I'm in Louisiana right now. There's alligator stores. I don't touch that shit. Yeah, white people eat that. They do. White people eat that alligator meat. And I'm like I said, this in Louisiana where I'm at, right? It's all, and in Florida where I live, it's all. I've never ate alligator meat in my life, ever. Right there, I'm like, it be on the signs when you go. That's when you're in South Florida. Says, come in, eat yourself an alligator burger. I said, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to get that shit.
The only thing personally I've hunted in a bush was a bird, and it was really nice. Like, because I loved hunting birds. Oh my god, that's really nice.
What kind of bird?
It was actually a penguin. Not a penguin. It's called the white, the dove.
Dove meat. Yeah, it's called good. Okay, yeah, a lot of people does. I never ate it, but a lot of people. You told me you ate a pigeon. I said, oh, that's a rat. That's a rat in the sky.
It was the dove, the dark one, because there's only the dark. I think the dark one and the white one. This is like from
Yeah. They call doves. A lot of people does. Yeah, people eating doves for thousands of years. Supposed to be good. Was it good? I don't know about it.
It was really, really nice. Like, that's a chicken because I was really young. So I was like,
see in Joby's house when she's cooking the doves. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. see, Joby's too young. You guys are Joby's too young to know what that even means.
No,
I don't know. I see. I know everybody in the chat room know what I'm saying. When Joby cooks a dove, see, this is what it sounds like when doves cry. You guys tell Joby what that means. Joby's like, what? That's how young Joby is.
Enlighten me, please. Educate me. Joe still says in Africa, if you eat nasty stuff, you need to eat a lot of hot spices and pepper to flush that body. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, that's true, right.
Eating garbage for me when I'm eating, let's say, street food, I gotta put a lot of chili like on my stuff because your stomach is gonna be messed up. Bet you of that. But it depends. I don't like buying food in new.
I don't know. You've been pretty good here recently. Your stomach ain't been all fucked up.
Good. I've been eating right. I also see Jiba says Filipinas pork. They collect garbage scraps, add hot spices, and start fried. It's a street food.
Yeah.
And Jiba says the lions figured out.
That's what people. The lions figured out what now?
And left Nigeria.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, people give. I don't realize people when I'm in Africa. I don't know what the fuck it is. You better show me some chicken. There's some chickens in a coop or something next to you. I'm not eating no fucking rat. All this crazy shit. Unless I know what it is, I'm not eating it.
You gotta be careful. General Mosquito says the worst thing I've ever eaten was a snail, and it was like 3 decades ago. Ew. How do you do that? How did you do that? Knowing it's a snail, like You really ate knowing it's a snail, or you didn't know like kid eating a dog? Like which one is it? Like
No, he knew what it was. No, but you know what it's stuff. They eat snails in West Africa. They eat that shit. I eat that shit in Nigeria and Ghana. They eat snails, Joby. Yeah.
you.
They eat that shit.
I can't even have oyster. I always judge people who even eat oyster because it looks like snaily. Like, even that snaily looking like shit, like oyster. I don't care. It looks, and then I think people drink it raw. It's raw. I don't know. Never did my research. Never interested, because it doesn't feel right. John Muscular says, "Forget the bush meat. The wig is even more traumatizing." God damn. You all just saw the wig. Jiba says, "Yeah, I'd rather have a nappy head than a effed up wig looking crazy." You're crazy. Jiba says, "I beats you because that bushmeat can't ain't right." Also see imagine being a high school English teacher in America with a Nigerian. You guys are gonna go crazy. And Jiba says, "Joby, you finna drop the 2 honey so I can score some." What the hell, man? The lingo. I can't. I don't even feel right reading that. Like what? You finna drop some 2 honey so I can score some rims? What the hell? It doesn't even feel right. Just reading that. Like it just feels nah. Like what the hell? Like John Smith says, "I forgot about the 3D meat." I know, please. And Joby, you eat pigeons. Not no wonder you always twitching. God damn, no. I ate a dove, please. And I like chicken. Ziba says that's a Prince song. Bear is the most unusual meat I've eaten and it was greasy. Wow. Bear?
What kind of meat? What kind of meat did he say, Joe?
Bear. That is Jibba Jabba.
Bear? You eat bear meat?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I never even thought about eating that shit. That shit had to be gamey as fuck. Who killed a bear and ate a bear? Wow.
Well, that's crazy. Like, how did even guys capture the bear? But sorry for another day. Much love. We're gonna be wrapping it up there with today's conversation. Of course, we're gonna be coming back with the Africa Today show. But that has been my time with the Pan African. Shall be watching this on a replay. Enjoy and have yourselves an amazing rest part of your morning. For me,
I heard Nicki Minaj is now homeless. They thrown out of the house. Not no money. I told you, it's back to Trinidad for you, bitch.
Crazy. But yeah, much love, family. See you guys later tonight on the Africa Today show. Have yourselves a beautiful rest part of your morning.